We often use our emotions to confirm whether something is true or not that we're telling ourselves rather than facts. So, for example, if I walk into a coffee shop and everyone turns around and looks at me, and I think to myself, oh my God, everybody hates me, everybody thinks I'm a loser, I'm so stupid, and then I feel really ashamed about that, the shame will reinforce that everybody hates me and I'm a loser belief, even though that may not actually be happening. So a lot of times we tell ourselves things and the emotions trick us into feeling like what we're telling ourselves is true, even though it's not. So we end up perpetuating the same type of thinking or behavior that doesn't serve us. And also, as human beings, we are pain averse. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to feel bad. But the bad news is that getting better almost never feels good. Getting better, it's hard. It sucks. We struggle. We feel an increase in our, negative emotions, which almost nobody wants to happen. So we often get tempted by tricking ourselves into thinking that if we keep avoiding things instead of confronting them and running from our own emotions, that will somehow make the situation better. And in a way it does. In the short term, it's going to feel good if I have social anxiety not going to the party, or it's going to feel good avoiding going to the top of the Empire State Building if I have a fear of heights. But for that short-term gain, I have longer-term pain. I'm just extending the life span of the anxiety or the depression or anger or whatever emotion I'm trying to get rid of. So in order to get better, we're going to have to confront a short-term increase in our negative emotions, which just goes against the grain of our DNA as human beings, because we constantly want to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And we also get into different types of thinking traps where we start creating excuses for ourselves, and some of these excuses can be quite profound, where we'll never be short of reasons to not do something that we deep down don't want to confront. And so we can get really good at convincing ourselves that it's not a good idea, or that it'll be better next time, or the problem will just magically go away on its own, and so we get into that kind of thinking. And a last type of cognitive trap that I find negatively impacts people to change for the better is the perfectionism. This kind of all or nothing thinking that if I can't change and become perfectly the version of myself that I want to be, then it's no use in doing it at all. And I hear this all the time in my practice, Nate, I really tried to open up about my feelings to my friend, but because I didn't do it perfectly, then it was a complete waste of time. Or they'll say, hey Nate, I'm starting a new workout plan, and if I can't do the workout perfectly for 45 minutes, then there's no point in doing it at all, even though I could do 20 minutes of the workout. 20 minutes of a workout is still better than zero. Or working out imperfectly, consistently, is going to help me get closer to my fitness goals than not working out at all. And so we miss the forest for the trees, and we forget that good things can be accomplished concurrently with bad things happening, and that it's not this all or nothing mindset. So if you end up catching yourself thinking in these kinds of styles and behaving in these kinds of ways, it's important to at least be mindful, like, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't serve me thinking this way. And maybe there's a different way to look at the situation that will make me more successful in achieving the behavior change or emotional change that I'm seeking out. And maybe you'll have a better and easier time the next time.